What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? So, I put the title as Us because it's me and my wife, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey. Say hi to the folks.
Hello.
Can't hear you.
Hello.
All right, they hear you now. Yeah, this early in the morning. We was up, so we was like, man, let's just go ahead and see who's on here, and we're talking anyway. So basically letting y'all in to our conversation on what's really happening. So it's just a free form. If you want to chat down below, say where you coming in from, you're watching live or you're watching replay, um you could do that. And yeah, that's basically it. So what's going on? What today, Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it is Sunday,
Oh boy.
and we're getting our day started. We woke up early, couldn't go back to sleep. She made what'd you make me fix?
Macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese. And what you drinking?
Oh, coffee.
Exactly. So she had me do that, the macaroni and cheese and coffee. And but that's where we're at right now. And I want to know, is anybody up this early? I really want to know, is anybody up this early? But I mean, let's continue with our normal conversation. What's going on with you? What's your day gonna be like?
um, pretty much wife and mama duties.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping to have a pretty much laid back day today. Going into next week, we have a lot of different things that we have to do for the next couple of weeks, and we'll be sharing with you guys some behind the scenes once that come up. But pretty much just relaxing, having conversation. That's it.
So let's talk about this. Your 2024 is here. What what are you looking forward to? What are your goals? Do you have any aspirations? What's going on?
Of course, any ambiguous,
That's
um,
a big word.
yeah, ambiguous person is going to have um goals. Okay, so yes, I do have a lot of goals, some of which I will not share today. You will see it as it come, but yeah, I do have goals. I do have things that I'm constantly achieving, things that I'm working on, things that I may may discontinue.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, I just want to be better than what I was the day before. I remember in my 20s, I think much different now that I'm in my 40s. So,
You
um,
telling your age?
well, I said in my 40s, they don't know what part of the 40 line I am.
I'm just saying. I know women. The older they get, the more discreet they
Well,
bring up age.
most people think I'm much younger than what I am, but they think we have really young children, but we got like a 17, no, an 18 and 19-year-old.
Exactly.
They were like, hey, them ain't no kids, them adults.
Not it is. Both our kids are adults now.
Yeah, technically, but I feel like anybody that has teenager behind their name, they are not adult. If you still say 18, 19, you're not grown. You're still
Mm-hmm.
a teenager. Get back with me when you get bills coming in your name every single month. Get back
Amen.
with me. Because they still my babies. Whether I don't care if they're 40, they still my babies, but people automatically assume that we have real small children, like 5, 7, 3 years old. I'm like, man, please. Our kids 18 and 19.
Exactly.
Now, so yeah, and being together, what, 20? Ooh, we're gonna be 23.
22.
It's gonna be 23 years this year.
So we on the 2-2. We've
We
been
two two.
married.
Oh, look at sis. What she doing up this
Oh
early?
my goodness, Sheree is up early this
What
morning.
she up early this morning?
I know it's gonna blizzard somewhere. Let me know if you want to come on up. We can bring you up. But yeah, good morning.
um, so I forgot what I was saying.
22 years married.
Yes, 22 years married. So we on that good old 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
That good old 2-2.
She talking about what we doing up. So I
What
found
you doing up? Cause we all be sleep. So the same reason why you up.
I found out from Dr. Tina that she her good sleep pattern is what, 5 to 6 hours,
Yeah.
and we went to bed early, and so she woke up, and I was like, well, might as well be up too.
Yeah. I once you get, I didn't understand it until now. And I probably won't really truly understand it until I'm much, much older. But I would hear, because I'm a person that be around a lot of older people. I love older people. Not saying I don't love my age bracket and young people, but it's just I'm drawn to them, they drawn to me. And so a lot of the older people that I be around, because my oldest friend is 80 years old that I talk to.
She said she ain't been asleep yet.
Girl, you need to go night night.
Man, I done went to sleep, snored, woke up, and you ain't been asleep yet.
Oh, she be like that sometimes. She must be creating and making moves. She
Oh,
must be doing a download.
and those who on CTR Media Network, thank you for tuning in. Or those who on Dr. Tina J. Ramsey page, thank you for
Man, you
tuning
can
in.
drop that DR. I'm Tina.
Oh, now you Tina?
I'm always Tina. It's just that I just happen to have some letters in front and behind my name.
Everybody do.
Yeah.
Some is RIP.
Stop. Stop.
Ew, it's the truth.
Oh.
It's the truth.
At the end of the day, I use it for the stage
Yeah, I mean,
and my books, and cause put in the work. But at some time, I just miss. Every now and then, people who've been following me, and I've been coaching for not well off and on. They was one of my pupils, one of my students or clients, and from back in the day when before I was Dr. Tina Ramsey, they called me Coach. So Coach Tina, back them Coach Tina days, and so it's a lot of people is starting to come back around full circle to me now from my past. It made me laugh because I have a whole group of people that call me Coach T, Coach Tina. Some of them just call me Coach, and I have a whole new group of people that call me Dr. Tina only because that's all they know. And then I have some people that even before I was a certified coach that knew me as Tina. So then I have a whole group of people that call me T. So based upon how people address me, I know what time frame they met me in life. Because I have people like, yo, what's up, T? And then I have people that, and then let me tell you, some old random people better not come up and start calling me no T, because I'm not gonna answer, because you ain't earned it. But based upon how they address me, I realize I know exactly what time period of my life I met them at.
Right. And Ken, all right, I want to drop a gem to the audience who's on right now, CTR Media Network, your page and my page. Basically, it was an epiphany that you had dealing with influence. And you remember we went to that event in what's it that event dealing with jewels.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about influence, because piggybacking off of when we had that amazing over 2 hour live with Sheree Moore from She Trucking. Shout out She Trucking.com, and they're a nonprofit. So go over there and donate. But anywho, right now, Cat Williams, he said something. This is the year of truth. This is the year of, things, the truth is gonna come out. And with that being said, I notice, especially with social media, there's so many people that want to have this fame and influence and all the things, right? But I'm here to tell you, true influence take time, credibility, let me say this right, building a solid foundation with building your brand, your mission, your purpose takes years.
Say it again.
It take years, not 30 days. Some people are like 30 days to get your influence. That's a whole bunch of hogwash, manure. That's not true. It's almost like the people who come out with a song and all of a sudden they hit stardom, 15 minutes of fame, and that you remember that song, and then all of a sudden they may do other songs, but you don't remember them from anything else but that one thing, right? So I'm here to tell you, all the success and the things that you're seeing that I'm doing now is because I put in the work years before when no one knew who I was, or very few people. Just like with She Trucking. She Trucking, Sheree Moore, this woman really drive trucks. And she been in the trucking industry for 10 years. 10 years. Like, let me get a woo woo. And so I see a lot of people starting up these, talking about the first expo. No, you ain't no first expo. The expo was the first. The first expo was done in 2021 by She Trucking, and it's documented. Go look it up. It's documented. Lord, maybe I don't need to be talking this morning because I'm getting a little too much truth. What's in this coffee?
Regular stuff.
Because it irks me. Like some people will be saying, they the queen of this or they the king of that, and they ain't even been, like, for me, podcasting or homeschooling. Honey, I've been homeschooling since 2023, been in the educational system for 25 years. 25 years. Let me tell you something. I didn't get here overnight. It took, and let me talk about this volunteer. Come in somebody else's organization or come into somebody else's field of expertise, take their course, do they whatever it is, and now you all of a sudden an expert. And you just being in the industry, podcasting, trucking, coaching, homeschooling, whatever the case may be, for a hot second. But now you're an expert. Let me tell you something. This is the year of the truth. And all the fakums, you gonna know. Because it's gonna come out. Now I ain't trying to be bitter, but this is what you get when you get early in the morning with me. But I'm just looking around. I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't you just start this just yesterday? And I'm like, you only can go so far on other people's information, on something that you studied or read. This stuff that we're doing, the people who've been doing it for a long time, is we put in the work, and I know I'm on assignment by God to do what I'm doing. So I'm just like, at the point I'm looking around and I'm like, and I'm just like, you can't skip the process. You cannot skip the process. Success is not an escalator. You can't take the escalator and just like you go to the mall and you get on the escalator because you don't want to take the stairs and you just go all the way up, right? Real fast. That's not how success works. You have to take the stairs, step by step by step by step. And the good, the bad, and everything that goes along with that, you have to take it because it's certain things that you have to learn, and it's not going to be easy. Some days you're going to feel like you want to quit because you don't have or you don't you sometimes you don't have what you feel that you need, or you don't have the support that you feel you think you should have, or it's a combination of both, and sometimes you even doubt yourself, but you just keep going. So let's see what the comments saying. Sheree said pre. She said thank you, sis. No, no, hey, listen, Sheree, it's just facts at the end of the day. This stuff that I'm saying is documented. You can go back CNN, you can go back to the regular news, you can go back to the newspaper, you can go back to the proclamation that She Trucking has. I mean, it's just facts. At the end of the day, you can go back and Google me and find the documents. You can find my certifications when I went to the academy. You can find my business stuff. Like you can find all this stuff, like the different places that I've been and I spoke, the books that I mean. This stuff is documented, and people trying to rewrite history. Like Kat say, you can't rewrite the history. Not on people like us that's documented. You just can't do it. And I'm just seeing so many people that want that. They want to skip the process, but won't all the benefit. We bust our butt. We bust our butt. And she said, in my Cat William voice, truth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard work.
Exactly. It is hard work. And what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to, okay, here we go. I want to put some visual on for y'all to look at while we talk. But if you have any questions, comments, anything, let us know.
So basically, what I would suggest for anyone who want to have whatever measure of success you want to have, you have to be dedicated and diligent in putting in the work. You have to work when everyone else is not working. You have to fight for your passion, your dream, your purpose when no one else will support you. And you can't skip, because it's certain things that you need to know, it's certain things that you need to go through that's going to help make you strong and prepare you for when you get to the place or the places that you want to reach. And if you don't have that muscle of training of how to handle various situations, like various different personalities with people, how to work with people, how to work in a group setting, how to overcome adversity, how to deal with challenges, how to deal with struggles, how to problem solve. If everything is given to you and you never, or you skip the processes, when you get to a certain point where that skill, that mindset is needed, you're going to fail. And everything that you try to fight to keep, you're going to lose it because you're not going to have the ability to be able to maneuver and problem solve effectively because you skip the process. I mean, you skip the process. And so many of us, we don't want to do the struggle and the challenges, but I'm telling you, that is what makes you stronger. And you don't need to look at it as things that just holding you back. You just need to look at things that you need to know before you go to the next level, before you go to the next step of whatever it is that you're doing. Because it's a reason why it's only a few people, a small population of people that is master achievers. Now, let's keep it real. Some people do benefit from that good old nepotism. You know, I say all the time, nepotism is all right if the nepotism is done your way. But when you are in the result of not receiving something that you should receive and someone else get your seat because of nepotism, then we don't like that. But at the end of the day, you guys, you have to put in the work. The people who are going to stand, the people who are going to be able to maneuver through whatever life throws their way are always the people who put in the work, because putting in the work creates this muscle in you of resilience. It creates that fortitude. It creates that mindset. It creates that problem solving, because in essence, everybody that's a business owner, a speaker, an author, um, even in a corporation, if you're in corporate America and you have some type of leadership role, what are you? You are a problem solver
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day. So the more skills that you build now is going to prepare you for the future, because you can be able to pull from that and you'll be able to build from that. Now, nobody don't like going through no stuff, because I mean, I don't need, I'm not an advocate or no poster child saying I want to go through something, because I don't. But I do understand that everybody can't win. I can't win all the time. But as long as I am working hard, I feel like even if you're working hard, even if you have a setback, you still winning, because you ain't give up and you still
Have you had
moving.
setbacks in life?
Man, yeah. I could do a whole 3-part series on the setback.
Let me ask you this: what have you learned now in your 40s than your 30s? Like, what's the big difference with your processing of information?
I don't care what people think.
Mm-hmm.
In my 40s, okay, I do have some things where I do care, because I'm not gonna say I'm totally desensitized, because I'm not. But in my 30s, I was way more sensitive. I was way more driven by emotions. And so now and I really cared. I was a people pleaser, so I really especially my 20s and my teens, I really cared about. I never wanted to hurt anybody's feelings. Not saying I go out and just hurt people's feelings now, but what I am saying, that I'm not going to subject myself to pain anymore just to make you feel good, when I know that I didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with walking away from relationships that don't feed me, that don't add value to my life, that don't serve me other than me doing everything for you. I'm fine with having three good, strong, amazing friends. I don't have to have a big crowd around me anymore. I don't even look for the big crowd anymore. I'm always in the midst of a lot of people, because that's what I do and I love people, but I don't have to have a lot of people close in my most intimate circle, because I'm okay with me. I love me.
Mm-hmm.
And even my good side flaws and everything, I am at peace with me. And I'm fine with someone don't. If I'm not somebody's cup of tea, I'm definitely somebody else's cup of coffee. It's no love lost. I want the best for you, and I just move on. Whereas in my 30s, I'm trying to figure out why they don't like
Mm.
me. What did I do? How can I change? I'm like, please, if you don't like me the way I am, and God accepted me the way I am, then clearly that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem, and you work that out, and then we move.
Right there.
Yeah, because in my and I said, if I'm like this in my 40s, my 50s, I'm definitely gonna be like, okay,
Mm.
forget it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting like those older people that be like, I didn't care. The one that say, well, they old, they can say what they want to say. I'm
Mm-hmm.
about at that point right now. I'm like,
Isn't it funny how time will make you just be like, you know what? I don't even think like that anymore. It's time for to be a new me.
love you too, sis. Love you too. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, forget that. I don't need, listen, I don't need all that drama. Ooh, and anytime I see or be around or come into a situation or environment where I see that it's negative, where I see that it's really people not celebrating other people, because if you can't learn, I'm gonna tell you a little secret to success. You have to learn to celebrate other people.
Okay, wait. I don't think they heard that in the back.
Okay. Okay. Let me tell you a little secret to success. You have to learn to celebrate other people. Ooh, why do I say that? Because if you can genuinely, authentically be happy for someone else, then why do you expect other people to be happy about what you do? It has to be reciprocated, okay? People not it's not gonna keep being lopsided, especially if you're an everyday person doing extraordinary things like myself, like Sheree Moore. You don't really have what they call that. We ain't no like musician or celebrity or an what I say, a movie star or whatever like that, where it doesn't matter regardless of what you do, it's just gonna always be a flood of people that's gonna just support you. Uh in some cases, not all, but you have to learn to celebrate other people and generally celebrate them and be happy for them. I don't even have to know you. If I see somebody that just graduated from school, someone just started a business, someone made their first sale, I don't even have to know you, and it comes across my timeline, I'm going to tell you congratulations, because I know in order for you to have reached that level or cross that goal, I know you had to go through some things. You had to go through us for a person who have a e-commerce store and they sell their first product. You don't know how many times they had to put something out before someone bought one item. They could have been trying to sell something for a year or 3 months or longer and didn't sell anything. And then all of a sudden they get that first sale. Listen, I know how that feel. So I'm gonna tell them congratulations because I want them to keep on going. And I'm generally happy because this is not for the faint of heart. So for me, you got to learn how. That's a little secret. You have to learn how to celebrate others, and people will celebrate you.
Mm-hmm.
It might necessarily be the people who you think should celebrate you. It can come from complete strangers.
Mm-hmm.
I have found that to be true with myself. People who I didn't even know was watching and celebrating me. Now there's some people that I do know, but I'm talking about, especially lately, it's a whole lot, like it's a whole new group of people that I don't even know anything about that's following me now and following CTR Media Network.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful because they don't have to take the time to comment. They don't have to take the time to subscribe and share and buy and support. They don't have to take the time. Because I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's a thousands, millions of people in this world that they can give that attention to. And for them to give me some of their attention, some of their positivity, I'm always internally grateful. So despite what I say, when I see people that's genuinely backing and supporting without any intentions, other than just want to see you shine, I love that. And so I try my best to reciprocate it. I get so many comments and DMs. So it take me, because I like to personally do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so take me a minute. Sometimes take me a week to get back to all those comments, in rotation. But I do like to let them know. And if I can't get back to all of them, I like to do a live or something and then thank them. So I like to thank everybody for supporting me on this journey, which I feel like we just beginning it, but even though I've been in it for a while.
Right, right, right. So let's switch the subject and let's talk about long-term relationships.
Oh, brother, this is what everybody want us to talk about all the time.
Long-term relationship on how it was when we first started out, and what is the state of dating now with men and women? I mean, it feels like it's a boxing match. The men in the one corner and the women in the other corner, and they're fighting instead of loving. Let's talk about it.
Well, I'm saying like this. I can't really speak on modern day dating because we start dating in an era where courtship was something that people did. We lived in the era where we wasn't controlled by the cell phone and stuff, so we had conversations. We went on physical dates. This is not.
Wait, do they even know the word courting?
Oh, thank you, Sheree. I'm proud of you too. Um,
Do y'all know what the word courting is? Put it in the comment. One for yes, two for no. Yo grandparents, they know about courting. Do you know what courting is? Did we court? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we did. And courting, for ones who don't know, probably this generation do not know, um, is where you really take the time to get to know the other individual
Before.
before you get married, before you do the adult stuff, the oopie doopie, the
Mm-hmm.
oops, I did it again. Before that, so your mind is not clouded
Mm-hmm.
uh, with the intimacy part, and you just really generally getting to know that person. You're taking on dates, you know, just friendship. You're building a friendship. So we courted, okay. It was some time that we just got to know each other.
What do you think is wrong with dating now, and why is there so
I
much?
can't answer that because I've been out the dating game since let's say 2000.
But your opinion, all right, you don't. I guess you don't watch as much as I do of what you got the red pill guys, you got the independent women, um, girls, and I guess like the girls, like it's you get your bag, you gotta get that money, you forget everything else. The guys like the girls, they just tripping. You just do what you need to do for yourself. It's not, can I help? How can I help make? How can I let that woman feel the best way possible? And the women is like, how can I make that man feel like a man? And in our relationship, it's we're like that. When I wake up in the morning and go to work, it's not, oh, how can I better myself? It's how can I help my woman, my family. And when you wake up in the morning, it's not how can I get the bag for myself, it's how can I help my man, my family. And I think this new age dating is more selfish, and it's like it's not it's shameful to help the other person. Am I making sense, y'all? Is that basically what it is?
Well, it seems as if, for me, from the outside looking in, because like I said, I'm speaking from what I see, not from what I know in regards to modern day dating, because I've been off the dating scene for a long over 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying from what I see on television and stuff like that, or what I hear from some of my friends that are dating. Because ironically, I have a lot of friends that are not married. So for me, I do, and I have friends that's married too. Let me take that back. It's probably like a split between half and half. And
The ones who are married are married for a long time.
the ones that I know that's married, they've been married at least 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
At least 10 years. I mean, we are married the longest out of everybody. But
Oh no, Dr. Connie.
oh yeah, no, Dr. Connie, I wouldn't count them, but yeah, Dr. Connie, them married over 40 some years. Yeah. So I'm talking about in our age bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would say that the reason why most of these relationships are not lasting like they supposed to is because they are no longer looking at each other as a partner. They're in a relationship, but they don't realize that they're both fighting on the same team. They start having being odds because they start getting selfish. So with us, we are a bond and we understand that we are in partnership. Okay. It's not, we know everything has 100%, but in our relationship, I'm not giving him 50% of me. I'm giving him 100% of me. And vice versa. You give me 100% of you. So, and meaning that can vary at any time, meaning, for example, when entrepreneurship first got introduced to our family, it was through my husband. I was not for the entrepreneurship life. All those years ago, I thought it was just something that was absurd. I felt like it was no job security. Why would you do something that's so archaic? It's so radical. But then later on, of course, I went to an event that changed my life, and my whole mind and perspective shift when I saw how other people live that looked like me, that looked like regular people, and they was not faced with some of the same problems that I was faced with. And I realized that I had the power in me with God's help to change myself and be able to add to the household in a different type of way financially, because I always added, but we decided long over that I was going to be home with the children because daycare and everything was just too high. And then of course I started homeschooling the children and stuff like that. So I was really a housewife for a very long time. You was the breadwinner. Long time. And I loved it. Like one time, what you did? Oh, I loved it, honey. Yes, hunty. I be telling Curtis all the time. I look forward to going back to that after I finish just right here with this entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
Cause hunty, I loved it. He went to work, working up 2 jobs, and I mean, I did whatever I wanted to do. Took care of the children, cleaned the house. Hey, you can say it was the meaning, but I said I was empowered, honey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I loved it. So because it's hard out here getting up, working and all that. Like it ain't easy. And then have to do the same things, or we split duties. So we kind of balance off our work and everything like that. So let's see. We have people coming in. If you like this content, please shit. Oh, that was you. That was you.
Definitely.
Okay, so for me,
Okay, but let me ask
get me
you.
back on the topic because I just rambled.
And me and you, we watch videos together,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear the women say one thing, the men say the other thing. So as a woman, I can't think for a woman. What do you think about the women basically going for the career and I want to say just doing themselves? Should they go for the career and do for themselves, or should they really study? And I say the word study. I'm underlining that study how it is to be a woman in a relationship and what a man wants and how to accommodate that, if I could use that word, or should you just be strong in your, I guess, goal as far as making it financial?
I can't speak for every woman. I can only speak for myself. I mean, it's just like when dealing with politics. You have some people on the left side, you have some people on the right. But what I can say is this: if you decide to be in a relationship with anybody, whether you're a man or a woman, it is no longer just about you. It is about you and that person as a unit. So whatever it is that's going to benefit the unit, that's going to be beneficial and advantageous for the unit, should be pushed forward. So sometimes that means supporting maybe her dreams, the guy supporting her. Then sometimes it means that she has to support him. And then sometimes it means that they can actually come together to do something that they're working together. But every relationship, every marriage is different. So I can't speak on that, but I can speak on, due to a lot of things that we had to go through as women, where women, with the absence of men in the household, especially speaking from being a mother, we took on these roles to survive, to survive. And the thing is, by taking on these roles where you have to do everything, you have to provide, you have to take care of the children, you have to be the diplomatic, you have to be the dictator with dictating what's going to happen in the house. You start getting these overly masculine um mentality, because you have to. It's survival mode. So when you have a woman that has already did everything, provided everything, changed so many different things as a man, and I'm always for my brothers. Because I love my women too, but I'm speaking to my brothers so you can understand the mindset, because you have some very accomplished women, and I'm speaking of women of color right now because I'm a woman of color. It may be applied to all women, but I can't speak from that culture. I can speak from my own, my personal experience. When you take a woman, a black woman that's accomplished, when you take a black woman who been doing all this, and then you add in that she has been a mother and she had been doing all of this all her life, and then you bring in a man that uh he's an alpha, which means he want a submissive wife. He want to take control because I mean, a man's supposed to be the head of the household. I mean, that's your makeup. And so in order for you to have a role like that for a woman who has it all, who done it all, you gonna have to prove to her that you can handle it. So you can't be coming in there and living with her. You can't come in there and you be like, well, can you do that? No, you have to prove yourself, because this woman, in order for her to relinquish that type of power to you, she has to know that it's going to be handled properly, because she been doing it. And it takes time. Okay, it takes time for a person who have normally be in charge of everything to learn how, because she taught herself how to be hard in order to survive. Women don't naturally want to be hard. Normally, if you find a woman who's very hard, it's because of her life circumstance that made her have to get hard so that she can survive, so that she can maneuver, so that she can take away some of the emotions so she wouldn't feel the pain. You don't run across too many women that hadn't been through some things that made her the way that she is.
Okay, let me pause you for a second. I know it's gonna be
Yeah, we
controversial.
talking about something controversial right now.
Cause this is what I'm saying. Okay, a single man,
Uh-huh.
no kids.
Uh-huh.
9 times out of 10, a woman they got a child and have Erica Badu, bag lady. They got a whole bunch of stuff trailing them. Should he even pursue and even try to um get into the deep, peel back the onion with a woman he might be interested in, but she got all this stuff going to? Should he even do that, or should he go away? Because to me, as a man, that's a lot of work. Yada 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 and stuff. Listen,
Well, it's the same thing for a woman.
what you
All women don't have a basketball team full of kids. We have a lot of accomplished women, or they may not be accomplished in the corporate world, but accomplished in the fact that they're comfortable. And they don't have kids.
wait a minute. I think most, I might be wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Most women already got the kids. They
Uh
didn't.
uh 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 uh. That's not true. That's what media wants you to think, that every black woman got at least 1 to 2 to 4 to 5, 6, 7, 8 kids. It is a lot of black women in the now that do not have not one child. That's what the media. So you can't be going with by the media. It's a lot of women. So should a woman that has no children take on a man that has children and multiple baby mamas? That the same scenario applies whether you male or female, because it happens on both ends of the spectrum.
I'm,
Should you do it?
I'm gonna do a pushback because I think, like, even
The only difference between a man and a woman is that a man can have a whole lot of babies spread all around and not have them in the household, whereas a woman, when we have children, they're 9 times out of 10 with us. That's the only
no.
difference to me.
Listen. I think even the people who viewing now, I think majority of women already done made the mistake or whatever. They got kids and they want to have a relationship. At my job, every person I talk to, the women, they got kids, they're single, and they want a relationship.
Well, the guy gonna have to make a decision if that's what he want. If I Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a real life story. It was a guy that I knew, still know him, but I don't care for him. Anyway, it was a guy that I know. He liked me. I couldn't stand him because he was a player. I couldn't stand him. Like as a person, I would never, like with a 10 foot, 100 foot pole, touch this guy because this guy no good, just no good. Okay, just no good. Um, However, he was a Casanova. All the women love him. All the women want to be with him. So the girls could not understand why I didn't want him because I don't want no good guy. I don't care how you look, how much money he has. I look at character, morals, ethics, and standards. Well, it's a girl that I know, one of my friends back in the day, growing up. She absolutely loved him, wanted to be with him. She had a child, one daughter, one child. And he told her that he liked her, but he just don't want to already made family. So he didn't talk to her because of that. Now I'm here to tell you right now that if a man really wants a woman, I don't care if she got 7 kids, 5 baby dads, whatever the case may be. If a man really wants a woman, it don't matter how many kids she got. If he really want to be with her, because that same man that told that woman that he didn't want her and she had one child, years later met another woman and she had 2 children and he married her. So don't come to me with that because I done saw this play out more than one time. So I have seen where a man say, I don't want no already made family. Da 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 da. She a cool chick, she nice looking and stuff, but I don't want to be nobody that I want no already made family. And then turn around, and then marry somebody that had more children than the one that liked him first.
Okay, but
So it don't matter to me
it don't
if
matter.
you really want to be with the
Yeah,
person.
yeah, but modern day women don't have the art of really attracting a man like that. They don't have the communication. And I know I might be stepping on toes, but they don't have the communication. Hey, yeah, I got these kids, I got this baggage, but look what else I offer. I I don't see that.
Well, I would say this. You saying women don't have it. Men don't either. We living in a world, not the older generation, but I'm talking about the newer. We living in a world where communication is has been dumbed down to a text message and emojis. Point blank. People as a whole, we are so advanced in technology, but we lack human connection. Even down, and it's already trickled not only for personal life, but it trickled down into business. Think about a lot of these Fortune 500 companies now do not even have a live customer service agent. You have to speak to an AI. You can't even communicate. So a lot of this stuff is because soft skills are lost. It's because of a breakdown. You don't see representation of strong relationships depicted on television when most people watch television. You don't see strong representation probably in their life of relationships and how things supposed to be maneuvered. People don't date, they don't court like they used to. They just having fun and they go from first date to in the bed, and then the emotions get all caught up and it's all the different types of, it's a lot of different things that people who are dating now have to deal with that we didn't have to deal with. And I don't understand all the troubles, the ups, the downs. I just know that there's still some good men out there and there's still some good women out there, but it's so much of the other stuff that we don't see it and they don't see it, and a lot of them feel hopeless, like, man, I'd rather be by myself. I can do bad by myself. So they really is in a precarious situation because even down with the education, children don't even communicate their emotions properly. So we as a nation, we communication is in the toilet. And we have to figure out what's going on because we're gonna have things going to affect us not only in personal life but also in business, our livelihood, because people don't know how to maneuver their emotions and dealing with relationships. I don't like to give relationship advice. I just share mine. People been trying to have us do a relationship show for years because of us being together for so long. But I feel like even relationship stuff is subjective. It's subjective to the two people that support. What worked for us may not work for them.
Have we been together that long?
We've been together longer than 22 years, but we've been married 22 years.
Yeah, we've been married 22 years, doing our thing.
Yeah, we've been married 22 years, but been together longer than 22 years. So I feel that it's subjective, and we're traditionally we are I would say we're considered old school.
Hmm.
So we can't really even truly fathom the complexities of what a modern day couple would have to go through with all of these different barriers. I mean, people getting catfish. We ain't had
Hmm.
no catfish back then.
Hmm.
Like what you saw is what you saw. What you got is what you got. You don't even know if you speaking to the person. They can have their social media so together, and then you meet that person and you be like, who that?
Hmm.
So we didn't have to do all that. It wasn't a facade. It was what it was. It was what it was. But I personally, my heart feels for the ones who's dating now because you it hard on them.
Hmm.
I know I'm very fortunate to have some amazing people in my life, whether they're married or single. And if they and I be saying to myself, they such great people. They should have, if they want a relationship, that's what they should have if they want it. Some of my friends, they don't want no relationship. They say,
Hmm.
I'm cool. I'm cool. But I'm talking for the ones who the ones who are looking. It's sad because they're really great people,
All right, so
men and women.
awesome. So, uh, Tina, let everybody know who you are, um, what your goals for 2023. This was a live just to see, hey, who's up early this morning and doing a thing. Some people are early birds. So Tina, tell them a little bit about yourself.
All right, I will give you guys the professional spiel. Hello, I am Dr. TNJ Ramsey, CEO of CTR Media Network. Our network is all about helping podcasters, entrepreneurs, and companies diversify their visibility through innovative podcasting techniques and strategies. And how do we do that? We do that by leveraging your social share on social media, television, and podcasting. So if you want to start a podcast, build a podcast, monetize, you want to be on television like Roku and all that, then we are the people for you. And also be in magazines. We build you up the lasting way, not the 15 minutes of fame. It takes time over a period of time to build that lasting, credible influence, but we will help you build that over time. And that's what we do at CTR Media Network. I'm also a homeschooling mother. Now of one child, I have two, but my other child graduated. And I am also a certified special needs advocate, and educator. So I only do two things: podcasting and homeschooling. And I am the host of the top 2% of the most popular podcast shows in the world, the Tina Ramsey Show. Executive producer of that. And that is pretty much it, you guys. If you want to start a podcast, you can go to CTR Media Network and get our ebook today, or you can go on Amazon and pick it up. But I have a variety of different shows that I do and I co-host over the years, give you a little bit of everything. Some are more professional driven, some are more laid back. This is pretty much laid back, but that's who I am. What you see is what you get.
What you got coming up for 2024?
A lot. but we're going to just talk about January. So if you are a homeschooling family or you would like to become a homeschooling family, learn more about homeschooling, then I would encourage you to go pick up your tickets for the Flourish Black Homeschooling Conference. It's going to be in Decatur, Georgia, the 25th. No, 24th through the 26th. You can go pick up tickets today by going to Georgia Black Educators .org and get your ticket. I think right now it's 25% off. I'm actually going to be there. Of course, bringing the power of podcasting, interviewing people, and I also supposed to be having be on a panel speaking about how to be an edupreneur, education plus entrepreneur come one, where I explained to people how I was able to turn my homeschool into a business. And so we have magazines and all that stuff. So we are supposed to be there, so we'll love to see you. um and I'll be announcing some other things a little later. That is an event that I was hired to come in to do my thing. But I'm going to tell them a little bit later about what we're doing in September, and we want you guys to come right here in Columbia, South Carolina.
Awesome. So we thank you. We thank you. I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, put hashtag yes. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay. Listen, this is us. I think we did pretty good. It's almost at the hour mark of us talking. On that note, yo, we